Welcome to the George FTTV YouTube channel. Today we'll go over my current fantasy team, so slow reveal of that, go through a few things. I did a team about 2 weeks ago, but a few changes. Obviously, after Christmas ends, players have a break, and we're finding out a bit more info where everyone's back on the track now and what position, like who's playing where and sort of thing. We won't know for sure, and not a lot, like you can't say it. Some of the stuff is set in stone, but we're learning a bit more and we're just going off that at the moment. We'll see how preseason games go. If you wanted to get involved in the community or our community, like we're mostly a Supercoach Discord, but we do have a fantasy section and we have a lot of players that play both. So jump in the Discord. There's fantasy chat there every day, so in the fantasy channel. So yeah, feel free to join in and come hang with us. So it should be good. So yeah, anyway, we'll get into the team. I've dropped a few defenders. I went a bit heavy in defense, but I think there's been two mid prices that have popped up who I think could be taking kick-ins and yeah, set for a decent role. So we'll get to that, but I'm fading Dacos at the moment. It sounds like he's had a bit of an interrupted preseason, judging what David King was saying on SEN, but nothing to, like he had groin soreness as well the other day, but nothing to, nothing that's been massively reported that we know of exactly. Nothing too specific over the past few weeks. So also has the bye as well. So and Finn Mag tag potentially. So we'll skip him. Sicily, I think Amon might eat into him a bit, but he's one I want to get into the team for sure. Sinclair should be good. But I think our D1 is Tom Stewart. Has a really nice early two fixtures, Saints and the Bulldogs, and also has the injury game priced into him, so a little bit of upside there. So I have him. The other player I'm considering is Harry Sheasel, maybe going a bit under the radar. Just not too sure on his role just yet. I think they're going to rely on him to move the ball. Maybe they figure that out as he plays a bit forward mid earlier, and then they realise they need him down back. But he might do really well in forward mid, so maybe we wait that one out. But yeah, he's just so good. So they just want the ball in his hands. But yeah, if he's spending time forward, it's not good. But yeah, we'll see how that plays out. But I'm not totally against that pick. And then a very popular one, 33% owned. Obviously, midfield role, Hayden Young. Not much needs to be said here. So we have Hayden Young. That's all I'm paying for at the moment. I still kind of considering Dacos and Sheasel. And yeah, probably not Sicily at that price, but I love Sicily to death. Now we're going to scroll. Let's get the team back up. Keep going in the 500s range. And it's pre-season, so we're not too sure. But we're going to roll with Buderick and Chapman. 1 and 2. So Buderick's still a bit of a watch. When Dimmer says that they want him as as in the Jaden short role, takes kick-ins, obviously coming off 2 ACLs last year. Had the 2 games and averaged 74, so want a bit more than that, but far better preseason, should be far better condition this time around, and sounds like they want to give him the role, or give him a good role. If Rory Atkins is named in the team, I will skip Buderick, most likely. Just think that Atkins will take a lot of cheap ball away from him, and they've also got Will Power back there as well, so I don't want to see Atkins in the back line. I think that'll eat into Buderick, and also Atkins will take kick-in, so maybe a bit more share for Buderick without Atkins. Just a wait and see at this point. We've got Heath Chapman, wing or halfback. Like sometimes he's playing wing, sometimes he's playing halfback at training, depends on the day. For me, with Young moving up the ground, Chapman's a great interceptor, great user. So for me, I think he's perfect for a halfback role. So we'll see how that goes. I know they've got Wagner, they've got Aish, and Clark. So I'm kind of confused at how this is going to work. Do they drop one of them? So Chapman's just a watch. I want to see team sheets for Heath Chapman, but he's very talented, very good player. And then the next one in a similar price bracket is Zach Williams. A bit mid-price heavy, so taking on a bit of risk here. But yeah, if they're all on kick-ins, then I feel a bit more comfortable. So very much a watch, but I think, yeah, I feel safe, sort of safe with Williams. Just he's a great halfback flanker. Just needs the right conditioning. So, and like be motivated as well, because did come back unfit when he signed the big contract. So I think last year it looked like he was tracking to get back to a much better level than he had previously in previous years, but did the ACL. And the next player, I think Marty Hoare at this stage. I know they've tested like Salem in other roles, and Salem's been a bit injured and stuff. So maybe Hoare gets a role back there. And yeah, one I'm okay fielding. For rookies, like there's Reed, there's Gibcus. Dan Curtin's not training at the moment. I think it's not a very serious knee issue. So he's one that probably favoured Dan Curtin over Gibcus or Reed. But at the moment, I've just got Gibcus, and I've like just a filler. Bodie Uland, who showed some good signs last year, just was a bit young, a bit raw. I think he's had injuries. I think they like him. Chuck that on Gibcus for there. So, yeah, I dare say if any of these defender rookies, when they have to cover that in best 18 rounds, I think they'll most likely drop off. I will go to the midfield. I've got M1 Zach Merritt, M2 Brayshaw, maybe an overspend at M1. Similar to Supercoach, which I've been speaking about in the last few days, I don't know where to spend the money in the forward line. So I've got money to spend, and I've put that into M1 at this stage. I could, like, for example, swap out a Merritt for, say, like a Sheldrick or a Wardlaw if they look really good, and then put Buderick up to like a Sinclair or something. So could do that if I feel safer with that sort of format, or safer with like if Merritt gets named. If McGuinness gets named round 1, then Merritt, I don't know what I'm going to do. We'll need to find a plan B. So worry about that. Cross that bridge when it comes. Brayshaw I love. I just think inside-outside game. Tags are gone. They go to Sarong now, I think. So big fan of Andy. Next player we have Still Butters. His ownership's gone through the roof. Well, maybe not through the roof, but I feel like that was a lot lower on open. But I think with 70% CBAs, I think he averaged like 107 or something. Said he's going to tackle more this year. So I do like Butters. And then you got LDU, you got Steele. Toog's flying under the radar. That's 16% is quite low. Obviously he has the bye. But like, sounds like he's having a full preseason. Haven't really heard anything. So he could be back to decent levels. I guess an extra midfielder if Flanders gets that mid-clock to share with could hurt all of them. I've gone Steele. I just think he's the clear M1 at St Kilda. So injury riddled last year. Ankle, knee knock, broke his collarbone, Achilles off-season surgery. Just a nightmare of it was ankle surgery and it saw Achilles throughout the year. Just an absolute nightmare of a year for him. Sounds like he's moving better this preseason, so he's in. And now we go cheap. So yeah, Walsh is there too. So there's like a lot of good options here. I guess Miller and Walsh have the bye. It makes it pretty hard. We're going to go down to... I've missed him. 780? Yeah, sorry. There he is. Carl Amon. A little bit of wing time in training, mostly halfback from what I've heard. He's trained halfback. They planned for him to be halfback late last year, and he's taking kick-ins. So he's in. Still want to see a bit in the preseason of him, especially I want him on kick-ins. I just want to see the role, and then I feel a lot more comfortable. But they've moved Weddle back there. I thought Impey might play. Impey played some good football, but they're using more lockdown, more rebounding, because he can run and carry. So Sicily as well. So a few outlets back there for them. But he's just a weapon for them. Can really move high up the ground too, and take lots of marks, massive work rate. So I like Amon. And then you got this interesting range. I think I used to have Ollie Wines and Matt Crouch, and you got Guthrie as well. Who else? Like Nick Martin's one to watch. I think I've gone Amon over Nick Martin because, well, apparently Nick Martin's playing halfback, but we have something to work with. We have seen Amon at halfback. We haven't seen Nick Martin at halfback yet, so that's the reason for Amon. But Matt Crouch, Crow supporter, so I'm a big believer. 9% owned. He's gone down. I feel like that was 11% a few days ago. So with Matt Crouch, he having a great preseason, full preseason. He's had injuries over the journey, like here and there. A lot of them contact. I think he had one hamstring and he had the osteitis pubis as well. But I think hamstring was maybe 6 years ago now, so fair way away, or fair time ago. But I'm a believer in Matt Crouch. I think if he does 95 plus for that price, I'm happy. He's not priced at 89. He's priced, I think, low 80s. I think he got 2 or 3 games discount. So I'm all in with Matt Crouch. There are a few good rookies, so I think you can definitely play a Sharp or a Matt Roberts on field if things look that way. But for now, we'll go Kircher. Sanders was looking good. Big raps on him in the preseason. Guess we can zoom out a bit. Who else we got? Roberts. Oh no, we go Sharp first. Jeremy Sharp looks like he's got that wing role. I'm not sure about lockdown, but highly likely. And Matt Roberts. Big raps from Dean Cox about him. And then just probably add Jai Clark. I can't type GHYE. Jai Clark, just chuck him at utility for now. Now the rucks are a little bit poddish. So top 2 rucks, I think most people will go, 31 for Gawn and what's Grundy? Grundy's at 53. So yeah, that price, 677k, pretty nice for Grundy. Should do 95 plus. Not prime Grundy anymore, but look, he'll come in. SCG sort of helps as well. Small ground, good for rucks. So that'll help him. So he's in, and I don't have Gawn. I've gone and paid up for Marshall, and I guess you look at Marshall, maybe I've put too much money in M1 and not enough in D3. So maybe if I go down to Gawn, I can like downgrade Merritt to someone of value, but hopefully they're keeper, and then turn Buderick into like a Sinclair or something. Could do something like that, but for now, I've gone Rowan. I think Rowan has to be a top 2 ruck this year. I have him as my R1, or for the year on my ranks. Obviously, English interrupted preseason. Didn't really matter last year. In fact, this year, probably just keep him fresh because he's been doing running and stuff. But apparently he might share a bit with Lob. I don't like that at all. So that's, for me, bumps him down. And Marshall was unbelievable late last year. Went on a heater, last 5, 127 average. Good fixture to open up. Saints are good. I don't think there's a threat to, like, sounds like Max Heath isn't really ready just yet. Maybe Jack Hayes plays to chop him out. Not too sure, but no buy is a big one. And the fact is, I think Gawn will need to be traded. And as good as Gawn is, like, he is older. What's his last 5? Like 97. I think he'll definitely do more than that. Maybe like low hundreds, 105 sort of area. It's just a massive workload for him. And yeah, it's been a while since he's played 22 games, 23 games. I think 3-4 years. I think he played every game in COVID year, I think. Not sure, but yeah, he seems to miss games. Just getting older as well. So I'm hoping that, not hoping, but if Gawn goes down and I have Marshall, who's more durable at this stage of his career, then it's a big win, plus no buy. I don't have to use a trade in this position because I think Gawn and Grundy will both eventually need to be English Marshall. Maybe Gawn, if English's ruck time is really bad for whatever reason, which I don't think will happen, maybe Gawn's ahead of him, but we'll see. We've got Marshall there, a bit expensive, but a pod move, so. Ruck, I've gone old Finbar Malley. Maybe, like, how much is Sweet? I think he's 380 or something. 387. If he plays, do you just chuck him at R3? It's a lot of money for R3, so I'm not sure I want to pay that, but we'll see. Forward line is pretty tough this year. McRae's done the hamstring. If you know me, if they do a hamstring preseason, I'm out. Unless they're like extreme value. I don't think McRae's extreme value. Last year, probably should have recognised English was extreme value. Is what it is. Flanders has the buy. I don't care. He's, yeah, look at this. This is off barely any CBAs too. I think there was an article, a Queensland journalist, I don't remember the name, but did say that he's a full-time midfielder. Whether that he actually is or not, I'm not too sure. I think it'll be mid-forward split, but really, like, just watching him play, just running on top of the ground, super fit, absolute magnet. Just like, I think he'll blow McRae out of the water in terms of average this year. Absolutely. So Flanders is in and locked for me, hasn't moved. Oh, my next player. I feel disgusting for my next player, and I'm not a big fan of Adams. 30 years old, terrible injury history. But CBAs have to go up. He has to score better. So yeah, sounds like they're going to give him the keys to the midfield. That's why he's moved. They've guaranteed him mid clock. They have a lot of young mids there, so we'll see how the CBAs look, and we'll get a good look in round 0. But he's in for now. If he gets injured, we'll have to trade. Just really, really poor options here. I hope the rookies are good, so I can go down to a rookie and then upgrade the defense, so I don't have to pick Adams. Excuse me. Who's next? Jack Billings. I feel like his ownership's quite low. 3%. Not confident in 530k player who's not going to get a lot of inside mid clock, but apparently he played one match sim on a wing, which is not what we want. But the most recent one, he played half forward and a little bit on ball. And when he was doing that a few years ago, he was pumping out 85, 90s. So he can do 90 plus in a bad role. I'm not saying he's going to do it. I think he can do 85 plus for us. And in the current climate of the forward line, I'll take that. So obviously best 18 is early. I think we're going to lean on that a little bit to get us through with the forward line. But look, Finn McRae is all the rave. Could he be sub? Maybe. But apparently killing it. And is he ready? I hope so. I think it's been a bit of a wait, but yeah, that 2020 midfield draft is looking quite rough for a lot of, certainly from a midfield perspective, but would have missed a bit of development. But we'll see how that goes. Apart from Gordon, of course, in that draft. But Finn McRae's in for now. Harley Reid at F5. And then who have I got here? I honestly forgot. We'll just put Manor. Not convinced he plays, but we'll see. I had Darcy Wilson. So Wilson was a winger. And then just like, I think there's like Darcy Jones, Bailey Lowry might play. Or Laurie. So we'll go like that. We'll put Darcy Wilson on the field. I'm not super ecstatic putting him on the field, but apparently they do like him, and sounds like a wing role. If he does 50s, I'll probably just take it for that price. Just I don't want to spend what I'm not I don't want to spend money where I'm not confident. So I'd like to go cheap in the forward line and spend elsewhere. So that's what the team's looking like. A bit iffy, I think. Yeah, really pushing my luck with mid prices in defense, and I guess with Billings as well. But I think midfield I feel okay about. Not really worried about anyone here. I guess Merritt round 1. I don't know what we do. Like, who do we pivot to? I don't think I can justify that price for Bont. Can't go Oliver. Taranto buy. Like, these will have the buy. Don't know about Laird. Maybe Dawson. Didn't score super good in fantasy when Crouch came in, so that's a worry. Maybe Petrarca, if it looks like Oliver's out for ages, has the buy. Maybe Walsh. I don't know. We'll another time we'll worry about that. So anyway, that's how the team's looking. We'll see how we go. So fair bit to go. Anyway, that's all from me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.